Personally, I am stoked. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. Welcome to TNT Homesteading. Join us as we continue to expand our off-grid life here on our 10 acres in eastern Oklahoma. Hey all, welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry. So I was in there working a little bit ago and my bride mentioned that it's supposed to be a wet week. They're talking about possibly several inches of rain in this general area, up to 6 or 7. So we need to get on this water catchment. I don't know if you saw the YouTube short, but we did get at least a little bit of rain. It was a very light rain. And on this building, I just put some 5-gallon buckets underneath the leaf diverter, and we got about 12, 13 gallons of water caught. And then we had like 1/10 of an inch of a rain, and I finished up that one. But over here on the shed, it did a much better job. So with about 0.4 inches of rain, so less than 1/2 of an inch of rain, we got 60 gallons or so, maybe a little over 60 gallons here. However, I've got a leak over here. So this 30-gallon trash can I'd put under here to catch water. The problem, as you can see right here, I've got some caulking around the outside edge, the way we drained this. The bottom I must not have gotten very much caulking under the bottom. So it was leaking right there, coming out and around and down in the downspout. So we need to get that fixed. But you know, this is half full, so we got another 15 gallons here. So that's not bad off of this roof. All of this is for garden, by the way. But over here on the house, that's what we really want to get going before this next batch of rain gets here, which is supposed to be in a couple days. I got 15 gallons. I don't know what I said a minute ago. I had 17 gallons of rain collected, I think. I don't remember how much I got. Anyway, you can tell I've got 20 gallons. This would have been the first flush. So this was washing all the pollen and the dust and bird poop and all that kind of stuff off the roof, and it would go into the first flush system. That's what's coming out here. That's why we don't already have it going over to the tank yet. So that's why the water looks so appetizing. Currently, my wife's over at the shower shack washing out the other IBC tote. There was still some sticky residue, sugar or whatnot, from when the tanks came to us. I thought the previous owners, they gave them to us, and they never got around to using them. I guess had not cleaned them yet, which is fine. I didn't even realize it until I took the lid off. So she's currently using some really hot water to wash out those tanks. I may take it down to the car wash to get the higher pressure, but we have super hot water here. It's currently 144 degrees. You can't really see with that. It says 145 degrees.
I can't see in here either because it's steamy.
And she's rinsing it out on the inside.
Take your camera in there. Spicy fries.
So that's really cool. So over here, what I need to do is to set up the diverter so it'll send water down to the first flush, and then when it is full, it'll redirect water over to the IBC totes. So here's the diverter piece. You can see the arrow. The way I've got it planned to set up here is water will come down through this and down a pipe for the first flush. If I was using a normal first flush system, I'd have my pipe come down to this. There's actually a small little filter that goes onto this and a little nozzle that you could adjust for how slow it trickles out. If you even let it trickle out, you may just close it up and then drain it when the rain is done. I calculated my roof space based on what the first flush system here discussed. And I'll put the numbers on the screen because off the top of my head, I don't remember them. And I'm at lunch break and time is precious right now. But based off of the 12 by 24 roof and all the trees that I have around, I need a lot more water diverted before we go into the IBC tanks. I think I need around 40 to 50 gallons. I have one blue tank left that I'm going to bring over here and set up. And so my first flush, when it comes down into this diverter, will go through a pipe, but then that pipe will be attached to this. I might get something at the hardware store instead of this, but I took the nozzle off of this, so all the water coming into this will drain out quick. But in here, there's a ball. This ball will go up the pipe, and when it fills up, it's going to hit that and seal. When that seals, all the water coming in from the top will be rediverted to the side. At what point, it's going to come over here and in to the top of the IBC tote. I really want to find a different lid, but we'll worry about that later. I may just cut a hole in this one and call it good. But I can always buy another lid. But I'm trying to make a nice tight seal for this 4-inch pipe to go into. So we're going to see how all this ends up working out. Personally, I am stoked. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. So water comes down through the leaf diverter into the first flush system. It'll go down into the tank that is not yet here. When it fills up, the ball will raise to the top, seal that off, and all the water will go downhill along the pipe and into the IBC tote. That right there is going to be an overflow drain. So if it fills this thing up completely, it'll be able to overflow, and I'll do something with it. There's a screen in that, but it's way too big. I will be putting something else in that, behind that. But like I said, it's going to go into a drain that goes down, so I'll probably put that towards the bottom anyway. I put the cover on the IBC tote to keep the sunlight out of the tank. I will probably have to paint up here at the top, just because I can't get that lid to close around the connection. So next up will be to get that 50-gallon tank over here, put it up on some bricks, and go from there. My wife did get this all cleaned out. and it looks, well, you can't really tell, but it looks really good. Nice and clean. All the spicy flies, aka bees that had gotten in there, are gone. And we still have to do that one, but later. They're talking about possibly 6 inches of rain. And if we can get 6 inches of rain off of this 12 by 24 roof, that'll be a lot. It'll be on the screen somewhere. Doesn't mean we'll get that much rain. First 50 gallons is going to go into the first flush. Assuming I get all this done before the rain gets here. And then we'll start filling up the IBC tote. So as it started getting darker, I was starting to run out of time. So I decided to just work, and then let me show you what I got done. Now for y'all, this may not be anything, no big deal at all, but for me, I am extremely happy with this. So the water will come in from the 2 gutters, drop into the leaf diverter, and into the first flush. It'll drop straight down this pipe into this 50-gallon bucket. I still need to get some caulking to make this watertight, but I drilled a hole through here, and I'll caulk that. That way, as this fills up with water, it'll continue to fill up once it fills up this bucket, or this barrel. The ball, you can sort of see the ball, maybe. Yeah, it's hard to tell. That black ball is here, and it'll float up to the top and stop right here when this is completely full. When this happens, all the water that's coming in here will then divert into this IBC tote. I do have that 2-inch pipe there for if when this tank gets full, it'll be able to come out that direction. A couple things I still need to do. As I said, I still need to put in my pipe over here for an overflow. I still need to caulk that. And then I need to put in a drain in this barrel, because right now it's a one-time use. It'll fill up and it'll never drain if I don't put in some sort of drain. Faucet. That's the term I'm looking for. I will be putting in another IBC tote. Like I said, and you've already seen, it's right there. I just got to get it washed. I think my wife may do that tomorrow. It may not get installed before the next batch of rain gets here, but we'll get that washed. We'll put it over here. We'll connect it across the bottom. So I'll put in the pipes and then open the valve, and it'll open both valves, and it'll fill up the water like that. That's it. Now, I haven't glued any of these joins. I'd sort of prefer not to. That way it'd make it easier to work on, but I may have to, at least a few of these. But really and truly, we need some rain. But one other thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to do here in just a minute, is this barrel cover has a hole for this, but obviously I can't close it. And I don't want the sun to get in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of scissors. Ooh, sorry. I'm going to take a pair of scissors and just cut a slice here, roll it down, and fold it around. And that should let us close that up and keep the sunlight out of this tote. A few more things I got to do tomorrow before the rain gets here. I think it's supposed to get here Wednesday. There's a lot that can go wrong with this system at this point still. So we'll see. I expect some leaks. I'm just not, I don't know how many. I'm hoping. The biggest problem I have right now is that if it's not watertight and the water doesn't back all the way up to here, no water gets diverted over to this tank. So that's the piece that has to work. I'll take care of that tomorrow. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. God bless. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.